All right, here's the video that we will be watching today. Today we're going to be covering the Metric Mania. So this is the Metric Mania video. After you are done watching the Metric Mania video, I need students to complete the notes or Google Slides. Students have the option to watch the video and then do the Google Notes and Slides, or they can do it at the same time. So that's up to you. And then the scientific notation DOL is what we will be doing in class. Okay. All right, today is Thursday, September 10th. It is a B day. If you're watching this on an A day, then it'll be Friday the 11th. Okay. So this is what we're covering for these 2 days. I'm going to go ahead and go through these notes. Students need to be watching this video virtually, or if you're face-to-face, you can watch it on your device if you have headphones, or I will be presenting it on the screen in the room, and you can watch it there. Okay. So this is day 12. All right. So today is Thursday the 10th. This is our 12th day of class. So I do day 12, and that's what I put on Canvas so that you can find it. And I hope that's helpful. I hope that you can find stuff on Canvas. But we're still in Unit 1. We're getting close to finishing Unit 1, so we're looking at taking a test pretty soon over everything. So today we're talking about the metric system and conversions. Okay, here's our assignments. So students will need to watch this video, the Metric Mania video. Students will complete the Metric Mania notes or Google Slides. Students need to complete this by Friday at 11:59 p.m. Okay, and I'll put the links in here. And then during class, students will complete the scientific notation demonstration of learning or DOL. All right, so students need to be in class to get credit for this. This activity is where students will write answers on their whiteboard. Each student will be assigned a different problem, and they will need to show their work and write the answer to the question that they're given during class. Okay. Recent assignments. Last week we assigned the chemistry skills classwork, number 1, and I did some of that in class. That's on scientific notation. It's from day 10. So this is past due. I'll be putting this on Skyward pretty soon. I would say this Saturday. My grading is a little behind, so we'll see when I put that up, but I'll put that up once I get my grading up to date. Face-to-face expectations Google form is what we did last time, so make sure that you complete the face-to-face expectations. That is a quiz grade, so that's a major grade. You just need to follow along the notes and PowerPoints and the video that I posted and answer the questions. Most students did pretty well. And then the metric system notes, which we did together in class on day 11. Okay. If you were absent Tuesday the 8th for B day classes, so this would be 1B, 3B, and 4B for my chemistry classes. I needed you guys to watch the video. So this was last class. We watched the face-to-face expectations video. We completed the Google form, which again, this was a quiz. It's a Google form that's graded, so it grades your responses and automatically records your grade. And then I just go in and take that grade and put it on Skyward. And then we did a metric system video. And please watch this video again. It's pretty good, and it goes over the concept. So if you're not understanding the metric system, please watch this video again. And then complete the notes on the metric system, which we did together in class. Whether virtual or face-to-face, we covered it in class. Okay. Were you absent before that? Okay, on Friday the 4th. If you were absent on Friday the 4th, we watched a short video, about the metric system, math antics of the metric system, and then we completed the Google form. So if you need credit for Friday the 4th, if you were absent, or if you have a 0 for that day, if you don't remember watching that math antics metric system video or completing the Google form, this was our first Google form that we did over the metric system. So if you didn't complete these, please do so. If you were absent before that, this slide has got notes from Thursday the 3rd. So remember last Thursday and Friday were both B days. So this was that last Thursday. Okay, so this is the makeup assignment for students. This is the live virtual class session recording. This is the chemistry skills classwork. And this is the PowerPoint notes. Okay, so if you open this PowerPoint up that I'm going over right now, you can click on the links. All right, so metric mania. So we're going to be going into the metric system. We're going to learn the metric conversions and the ladder method. I'm also going to show you another method that is the dimensional analysis method. And I think most students will like the ladder method a little bit easier because it just involves moving the decimal place. So I think it's easier if you're not a math person, which many of my students are not. Math is not their favorite thing. I totally get that. If you were going into a math field or an engineering field or a science field of some kind of career, and you think you're going to have many classes where math is required and science is required at a high level, then you might want to pay a little bit more attention to the dimensional analysis method because you'll see it in future, you'll see it in college, and you can't get around it. Okay. All right, metric mania. So here's just a picture of the metric system. Deposit feet here, pick up meters here. So this is just a kind of a meme for the metric system. All right, here's a joke here. No cussing. The following four-letter words are forbidden here. The inch, the mile, the foot, the pint, the yard, the acre. Okay, and we never swear the big F, which is Fahrenheit. Okay, and this is too big, so let me bring this down. There we go. Please keep it clean and metric. So we're talking about the metric system. So we don't want to be using any of these English units. Okay? Even though we might love them and we know them, we want to use the metric system. And most students aren't that familiar with the metric system. They've heard of it, they've done little things here and there, but there's a lot that they don't know. All right, so here's the ladder method. This is our base unit. Okay, let me circle that. Here's our base unit. It can be the meter, the liter, or the gram. The meter is little m, the liter is capital L, and the gram is little g. These are our three units. The meter is used to measure distance. The liter is used to measure volume, and the gram is usually used to measure mass or weight, how heavy something is. Okay, so we start here. This is our base unit. And what we can do is to convert to a smaller unit, we want to move our decimal place to the right. So if I want to go from meters to decimeters, you see how I use deci? This is a prefix here. These are our prefixes. And these prefixes go in front of the word, the front of the unit. So I can say decimeter, deciliter, decigram. I can say centimeter, centiliter, centigram. Millimeter, milliliter, milligram. So these prefixes go in front and tell us how small or big the unit is. So if we want to convert from a meter to a smaller unit, we want to move our decimal place to the right or multiply by sets of 10, one at a time. So if we move our decimal place to the right, we will get a decimeter. So there are 10 decimeters in 1 meter. Let's move our decimal place again. So we got 1.0. We move it once, we get 10. We move it again, we get 100. And so there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. Okay, that means 0.01 or 1 out of 100. This is 1/10. This is 100th. Let's move our decimal place again. 1 out of 1,000. All right. So how many millimeters are there going to be in a meter? We moved our decimal place 3 times. So here's 1.0. Let's move the decimal place. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. 1,000. 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. Okay, so to go to a smaller unit, that's how you do it. Now, if you need to go to micrometers, which has that symbol, this is mu. It's a Greek letter. It looks like an upside down H or a U with a long tail. That's a micrometer, and it's 1 times 10 to the minus 6. But it's a kind of a common unit. So if you need to go from here to the micro, you're going to move your decimal place 6 times. So move your decimal place 6 times that way. Okay. So there's 1 million micrometers in 1 meter. It's a millionth of a meter, so it's very tiny. And it keeps going. There's picometers, so on. Now let's go the other way. Let's go to decameters, which is not very common. We go to decameters. We're going to move our decimal that way. So watch what happens. 1.0, right? So if we got our base unit, that's 1.0, right? So you got to remember that. That's 1.0. Now let's go this way. Let's move our decimal place one place. Watch what happens. I move it there. The decimal goes there. 0.1, and that's deca. So that's decameters, which I think is capital D-M. And that's 0.1 of those is a meter. Or 10 meters is 1 decameter. Okay, so I just move that decimal place one time, and I know that the conversion between those two. 0.1 decameters is 1 meter. So 10 meters and 1 decameter. Now let's move our decimal place again. We moved it once, let's move it again. 1.0, let's move it to the left. And again, so when you go further than the number, you need to put a 0 there and put the decimal in front. So it's 0.01 hectometer, which is capital H, is 1 meter. Okay. Or there's 100 meters and 1 hecameter. Hectometer. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now let's move it again. 1, 2, third jump. 1.0. We're going to move 1, 2, 3, and we're going to put zeros in front. Put the decimal there. 0.001 kilometers is 1 kilometer, is 1 meter. Okay. Or there are 1,000 meters and 1 kilometer. Okay. And what I'm doing to get from here to here, if you're curious, is I'm multiplying both sides by 1,000. And then I'm also switching it, so I hope that's not confusing. But I'm hoping you guys are seeing how I'm moving my decimal point. To convert to a larger unit, I'm going to move my decimal point to the left or divide. Now this continues. There's mega, which is capital M. This is 1 times 10 to the 6th. There's giga, 1 times 10 to the 9th. And you guys have heard this, right? Kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, that's this many bytes. So a megabyte is 1,000,000 bytes. A gigabyte is 1,000,000,000 bytes. A terabyte, capital T, and that's 1 times 10 to the 12th bytes. All right, so how do you do the ladder method? Determine your starting point. Look at the problem, look and see what you're given. All right, and then count the jumps to your ending point. Move the decimal that direction, that number of times. So let's convert 4 kilometers to meters. Okay, so let's do this one. Let me clear the screen so we can do it. So here is our problem. 4 kilometers is equal to how many meters? Okay, we're starting here. We're starting with kilometers. And we need to go from kilometers to meters. Remember, that's the base unit. So we're going from here to here. So that is 1, 2, 3. That's 3 decimal places to the right, right? We are going from a large unit, kilometer, which is 1,000, over to 1 meter. So we need to move our decimal place 3 places to the right. So we have 4. That's 4 with the decimal right there. We can say 4.0, but it's 4, and we're going to move that decimal place 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Fill in with zeros, and there's our answer. 4,000 meters. And that makes sense. Kilometer is 1,000 meters. Kilo means 1,000. And so if I have 4 kilometers, I have 4,000 meters. Okay. All right, so let's try these with the ladder method. So we've got 1,000 milligrams is how many grams? So here we're starting with milli, and we're going up to grams. So we got to go 1, 3 places to the left. Right, 3 places to the left. So I'm going to write that. 1,000. So I do 1,000. I put my decimal at the end. Remember that the decimal is at the end of the number. All right, so let's add our decimals here. So they're usually not drawn for us. And we got to move our decimal place 3 points that way. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, that's 1 gram. 1,000 milligrams is 1 gram. Awesome. 1 liter, how many milliliters? So let's erase up here. Let's even erase this here. One liter to milliliters. So here's our liter. Remember, this is our meter, our liter, and our gram. And we want to go to milliliters, which is here. So 1, 2, 3, and we're moving it to the right. So we start with 1, we move it to the right. 1, 1, 2, 3, add in zeros. Boom, 1,000 milliliters. This one, next one. 160 centimeters is how many millimeters? Let's take a look. Centimeters is here. Millimeters here. So we're going from a large unit to a smaller unit. We're going to move that decimal place to the right. So we're going to move it 1 place to the right and add a 0. So let me do that over here. 160. What's a decimal? We're going to move it 1 place to the right, and we're going to get 1,600. 1,600 millimeters. We multiply by 10. When you go this way, you are multiplying by 10. When you go this way, you are dividing by 10. That's it. 14 kilometers. Kilometers is up here. Meters right here. So we're going to move 1, 2, 3. So 14 with the decimal at the end, move it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Add in the zeros, 14,000. I hope you guys are getting this. This is simple but different than what you're used to. But it's not too bad. I hope you guys are seeing that it's kind of easy. 109 grams. To kilograms. So here's the gram. Remember that that's our base unit, little g. And we're going to go to kilograms. So we're going to move it to the left. 1, 2, 3. So 109, put our decimal there. Move it 3 times that way. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to put the decimal right there. So that's 0.109 or 0.109 kilograms. 250 meters. We're going to go from meters to kilometers. Here's meters. Remember, that's our base unit. And we're going to go to kilometers. So 1, 2, 3 to the left. So 250. Put a decimal there. We're going to move it 3 times to the left. 1, 2, 3. Decimal goes there. 0.25. And you can keep that 0 at the end if you want. Cool, cool. Okay, I'm going to erase the screen here. I'll pause for a second if you guys need to copy any of this down. I'll drink me some coffee. It's 6 o'clock and I have not yet had dinner. I need to go eat dinner, so I'm going to finish this up. We're going to have some chicken spaghetti. It's going to be good. All right, let's go ahead and erase. And let's do this one. Compare using less than, greater than, or equal. So this is less than. This one right here is greater than. Wait. Yeah, greater than. And then equal. Okay. So 56 centimeters is, which is longer. All right. So if I had a person said, okay, my buddy Tom, he's 56 centimeters. His sister is 6 meters, which is taller. All right, they're not in the same unit, so you can't tell. So 56 centimeters, let's convert that to meters. Centimeters is right here. Here's meters, right? Remember, this is meters, liters, gram. So we're going to go from centimeters to meters, move the decimal place 2 places that way. So 56 the decimal there. We're going to move it 2 places to the left. 1, 2. So that's 0.56 meters. 0.56 meters or 6 meters. So this is half a meter, right? That's 6 meters. So this is greater, right? So we're going to say that this is smaller than this, right? 0.56 meters is less than 6 meters. All right, this one, 7 grams compared to 698 milligrams. Okay, I weighed 2 objects. One of them weighs 7 grams. One of them weighs this much. Which one's bigger? All right, so let's look at that. So here we got grams. We're going to convert from grams to milligrams. So here's my grams. It's my base unit. Here's milli right here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to the left. So let's do 7 point. You can put 7.0. We're going to move it 3 places to the left. 1, 2, 3. That's 7,000 grams. Which one's larger? 7,000 grams is larger, right? 7,000 is greater than 698. Okay, I will pause for a second. Give you guys a second. Sip on some more coffee. Probably shouldn't be drinking coffee right now. That's okay. Tastes really good. It's Starbucks vanilla. It's amazing. I kind of stopped drinking Starbucks coffee because it messed with my stomach, but this one's pretty light. It's good. Okay, let's do some abbreviations. So kilogram. And maybe what I could do is open this up halfway and then put this here. Let's see if I can figure this out. Because what I want to do is look at the abbreviations while we do it. Here's our metric system, units. Okay, here's our units. So I'll make this a little smaller, put this over here, and then let's make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so, oh, I can't write on it unless well, maybe I can. I can't. But we're going to be looking at this chart, okay? I'm getting the symbols right here. Okay. And you guys have this. It's in this PowerPoint. It's down here, slide 16. But I have to present in order to do this. So, all right, kilogram. K is for kilo. G is for gram. Milliliter. Little m is for milli, and liter is capital L. Kilometer, capital or little k, little m. Meter is little m. Millimeter, little m, little m. Centimeter, centimeter. Gram is little g. Liter, milligram, mg. Try these conversions using the ladder method. So we've got 2,000 milligrams. We need to go to grams. Okay, so my decimal's right there. If I'm at milli and I need to go to grams, I need to go 3 places. So I'm going to move that 3 places that way. So 1, 2, 3. That's 2 grams. All right. 104 kilometers. Kilo is over here. Meters right here. So I'm going to go 3 places that way. Okay. So I'm going to take 3 places. That's right there, right? So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Fill in with zeros. So that's 104,000. 104,000 meters. 104 kilometers. Multiply that by 1,000. We get 104,000 meters. 480 centimeters. Centis right there. Centis right here. Meter is over here. It's 2 steps. So we need to move our decimal 2 places that way. So let's do that. 1, 2, 0.480 meters. 5.6 kilograms. Remember, kilo is right here, and the meter was right there, but the gram is also there, right? That's our 3 base units. And so I'm going to move 3 places to the right. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to add 2 zeros. 5,600 grams. 8 millimeters to centimeters. We did that one a second ago. We're going to go milli to centi. We're going to go one step to the left. So 8, put a decimal there. We're going to put point there. So 0.8. 5 liters to milliliters. Liters is here. Milli is down here. It's 3 jumps that way. So 5, move that decimal 1, 2, 3. Fill in with zeros, we get 5,000. 198 grams. How many kilograms? We're going to move the decimal 3 places this way. 1, 2, 3. 0.198. 75 milliliters. We're going to move our decimal place 3 times this way. So 1, 2, 3. So that's 0.075. I'll put a 0 right there. 0.075. All right, 50 centimeters. We're going to move that to meters. I'm going to move it 2 times to the left. 0.5. 100 centimeters is a meter, so 50 centimeters is half a meter. 5.6 meters to centimeters. I'm going to move this 2 places to the left, or sorry, to the right. And so we're going to fill in with the 0 right there, 560. Okay, each meter is 100 centimeters, so 5.6 meters is 560 centimeters. All right, 16 centimeters to millimeters. We're going to go from milli 1 left, so or from centi 1 right. Sorry, so we're going to go that way. So 160. Right, I add a 0, so 16, and then I add I move the decimal once, put it there, I get 160. 2,500 meters. I'm gonna move my decimal place 3 places this way. 1, 2, 3. 2.5 kilometers. Each kilometer is 1,000 meters, so 2,500 meters is 2.5 kilometers. 65 grams. Put my decimal there. I need to go 3 places this way. So 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna fill in with zeros, so that's 65,000 milligrams. 6.3 centimeters. I need to move 1 to the right, so move it to the right. 63. I had 6.3. I moved the decimal to the other side. I get 63, right? 63. Last one. Whew, 120 milligrams. We're going to move it 3 places this way. 1, 2, 3. 0.12 grams. If you're not understanding what I'm doing, please let me know. I know I went through some of those kind of fast, but we're kind of already did quite a bit of them. I'm going to leave the screen on there. I'm going to take a breath. So much fun. And I know this seems like a math class, and we're doing a lot of math stuff, but we'll get out of it. Unit 2 and Unit 3 are not much math. A little bit, but not much. But we're trying to get our math basics so that we can use those skills as we go forward. So just bear with me. Okay. There's our answers there. And I put this in there so that students that are absent have the answers there. Okay. How to read a ruler. So if you look at this ruler, what is the distance of A? A is right there. So this is, each of these is a centimeter. That's 1 centimeter. That's 2. That's 3, 4. Okay. So hopefully we can see that C is 10 centimeters. B is 1 centimeter, right? I'll see how that lines up. 1 centimeter. So how many centimeters is this? This is each divided by 10. So this is 1/10 of a centimeter. 1/10 of a centimeter would be a millimeter. So that would be 0.1 centimeters, or 1, what does that say? Centimeters. That looks terrible. 1 cm is what that says, or 1 millimeter. Okay, so let's fill in the blank. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. We know that because here's the meter. If we need to go to centimeters, we move twice. So 1, 1.0, move the decimal 2 times, turns into 100. Boom. 1 meter is how many millimeters? Start here, move 3 times. That's 1,000. Kilometer to meter. Start here, move this way to the right 3 times. So we multiply by 10 3 times, we get 1,000. Same thing here, 1,000. All right, now pause again. I keep joking with my son. We keep doing algebra like 7, 8 o'clock, like right when it's kind of getting dark. So I kind of joke with him saying that he's in my algebra after dark class. He doesn't like it. I don't like it either. But gotta learn some algebra. He's having a tough time in algebra. Math does not click with him. So here's our metric system prefixes. Remember that we start here, and as we go up, we are moving our decimal place 1 time each time, or multiplying by 10. When we go down, we are dividing by 10 each time. Notice that the decimal is moving further and further that way. We're just moving the decimal to the left. So up here, decimal is moving to the right each time, 1 place, right? We should have 10 with the decimal there. Move it once, you get 100. Move it again, you get 1,000, right? And then the other way, we're going to move the decimal that way, 0.01. Move it again, 0.001, and so on. Okay. Here's our main units. The meter, the liter, the gram. Remember, those are very important. That's 1 times 10 to the 0, or just 1. And then we've got kilo, which is up here. It's 1,000 of something. And then centi is 1 out of 100. Milli is 1 out of 1,000, or thousandth. And then micro is 1 millionth. Okay. This is how you would measure the objects. So if you measure an object with this, you place the object, you line it up, and you see how long it is. All right, so this just kind of shows you how to measure using a ruler. This is how you measure volume. So this is a graduated cylinder, and these are milliliters. Each of these ticks is a milliliter. And so what you do is you look at the water level, make it eye level. So you put your eye level with this water line, and you read this surface. Wherever that touches this, that's your reading. So this is 10. All right, so each of those is 1. So it's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's 14 milliliters. All right, so we need to be able to record volume. Volume is how much space something takes up, so this is a liquid volume. Right, obviously that's a liquid. Maybe water or something. When you measure mass, you get a scale, you record the weight there. So you take your substance, let's say if you're measuring a white solid, like calcium carbonate or something, you put that solid on the scale, and then you record that, and this is going to be grams. Okay. How to convert from one unit to another. I showed you guys the ladder method. Now let's look at the dimensional analysis method. So this is the more complicated method. I'm going to go through this kind of quickly. But to convert from one unit to another, use the formula below, multiplying all numerator values first, and then dividing by all denominator values. So this is the formula here. And this is how we do it. So if we're going to go from meters to millimeters, what we do is we write what we know, and usually we write it over 1. So if we're starting with 3 meters, I'm going to write 3 meters over 1, and then I'm going to convert to millimeters. So I got to ask myself, how many millimeters is equal to a meter? And the answer is 1,000. 1,000 millimeters is equal to 1 meter. So what I'm doing is I take this and I write it right here. I put the unit that I need on top. Right? I'm going from meters to millimeters. So the unit I need, the millimeters, has to go on top, and then 1 meter on bottom. Notice that the meters cancel. If you take something on top and divide by something on bottom, like 7 divided by 7, what do you get in the calculator? You get 1. It cancels out. It kills itself. So meters kills meters, and then you're left with millimeters, and then we have converted the unit. So what we do here is this is multiplication. 3 times 1,000. Now, if this 1,000 were on the bottom, we would do 3 divided by 1,000, okay? Okay, now let's try a couple. So there's our example again. How many millimeters are in 6.75 meters? So 6.75 meters. I'm going to write that over 1, and I'm going to multiply by the conversion. There's 1,000 millimeters in a meter. So I'm going to write that 1,000 millimeters over 1 meter. Then I do 6.5 times 1,000. 6,750. And that's millimeters. All right. And I know this method might not make sense, but like I said, if you're doing a lot of math and you're going to college and you're going to do something in science or math or engineering, you're going to be doing this stuff. So this is a good start for you. How many centimeters are in 12 meters? So 12 meters, I write it over 1. I multiply it by conversion factor. There's 100 centimeters in a meter. If I look at the definition of a centimeter, so I write that down. 100 centimeters over 1 meter. I multiply it. 12 times 100 is 12,000 centimeters. Okay. How many grams are in 17 kilograms? 17 kilograms over 1 times. So to get from gram to kilogram, I know that there's 1,000 grams and 1 kilogram because that's what kilo means, is 1,000. So I'm going to multiply by 1,000 grams over 1 kilogram. 17 times 1,000, 17,000. How many milliliters are in a 2-liter bottle of sodas? 2 liters over 1. I know that there's 1,000 milliliters. Oh, I messed up here. 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter from the definition. Notice that the unit that I need goes on top. I have to have liters here because these have to cancel. Those have got to kill each other. 2 times 1,000 is 2,000. And then here's a harder one, and that's the answer there. You can look over that. Okay. I'm not going to do these. If you want me to do these, let me know. But I think we're good. There's also a bonus. So thank you guys. I know this was a lot. Please let me know if you have any questions. I hope this was helpful. And that's Mr. E After Dark. Peace out.